Alright, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to the Triple P podcast. We talk about everything peace, prosperity, progress, anything else you can possibly think of. And this week, when I say anything, I really mean it. Because this guy right here, let me tell you, probably got some of the most wild stories out of anybody we've had on here yet. But anyways, my name's Eli.
My name is Nick.
I don't know why I said his name. See, I'm already messing up the intro, but it's fine because over here, we just roll with it. But this is my brother, though. I've known him since we was like, what?
Second grade.
Yeah, second grade, so like 7 years old. So yeah, man, we just gonna get into it. So go ahead and introduce, it's Kupid, by the way. Forgot to say his name, Kupid. Some of y'all may know him as John, man, but most of y'all probably know him as Kupid. So yeah, man, just go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell us what you do.
I'm Kupid. I make music with my brother. Been making music since about 14. And that's all I do for real. Make music, make content, and make money.
Yes, sir. Also be whipping it up at the Wendy's, man, sometimes.
Yeah, catch me at the Wendy drive-thru. Shout out to the Wendy's.
Hey, man, sometimes you got to put the work in for the big corporations to pay for your own corporation.
Come get a Baconator.
Yes, sir. Hey,
support.
Look, somebody over here always selling something. We got car salesmen, man. We got, he'll probably even serve you like a quarter pounder and a QP out the same
all
drive-thru
at the same
window.
time, bro. One-stop shop.
Yeah.
And you can stream my newest song on the way out.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I will say that before we get too deep into it. OCD Kupid on all platforms, man. Obviously, y'all know me, ELB exclamation mark, man. We got all our music, or a lot of our music together for real. We've been doing it for years now, so if you into that type of stuff, man, go check us out for sure. But I guess the first thing I want to ask you about, because he just recently got out of jail,
March 30th.
March
30th, baby. Been locked up since November 7th, so almost 6 months. So I got a lot of crazy stories for y'all, man.
So we gonna get into them crazy stories for y'all, man.
So I guess first,
I'm talking about ending.
I guess first, like, how was it? Like, just
jail, it was crazy, bro. Like I was telling them earlier, like, it's like this specific jail, it ain't just like a regular jail for real. It's like somewhere between jail and prison. It's like a little in a gray area between jail and prison. So it was crazy. I mean, it wasn't as bad. It's chilled out a lot in the past couple years. So before I got there, but definitely wild. Like definitely crazy. I'm gonna get all into it, bro. It was crazy. But as far as it was chill because I was friends with a lot of like people who like ran store or people who had a lot of other stuff. So I was friends with all like the big homies who like ran stuff because they was from prison and stuff. So it was chill for me because I was in there with like people who looked out for me.
Yeah.
So I didn't really have no issues. A lot of other people though, they go in there and have issues.
Yeah, and I bet we'll get into that too, cause
I got a lot for y'all, bro. That they ain't even heard yet.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. This is one of the podcasts, and it's rare that this happens, but it'll probably be a lot more of the guests than me and Nick yapping this podcast because, like I said, this dude right here, like, I know about a lot of stories, but there's just a lot of things. Like, he's been locked up for months, you know what I'm saying? So this is my brother, but I don't even know a lot of the stuff that he's gonna tell y'all about. It'll be my first time hearing it. So
definitely exclusive stories. And they crazy. Y'all is not finna believe me. Y'all not gonna believe me. Y'all not gonna believe me. I'm not gonna believe me. But oh God, it's all the truth, bro. It's all crazy, bro.
But I guess like before I let you get too deep into that, I just wanted to bring up one story that I haven't told on here yet that I thought was funny about me and you in third grade. Like, man, look.
Jumping somebody on the playground?
Yeah, back in like third grade, okay, there's this dude, like, he cool now, but he was being a little asshole to him, right? And like, they started scrapping a little bit.
I'm on the playground, pull up talking about something. Hey, my girlfriend told me that you called her a bitch. And I was like, I ain't told her that. I'm like, bro, like, I'm friends with her. Like, why would I call her that, bro? He's like, oh. Next thing you know, we should get the bumping. And the next thing I know, it wasn't even playing or nothing. Twins start jumping in. Yeah, another kid start jumping in. Next thing I know, we jumping full 3 deep, bro, on the playground. And to make it more devious, bro, we was hidden. Like bro pulled up on me behind this little shed, like that's on the playground area, and we're all back there hiding behind the shed, jumping this kid, bro. He on the ground.
Gosh.
I'm pretty sure you were kicking him or something. You was sitting there kicking, bro, while he's down. Me and the other kid is I got a paddle in.
Literally, yeah. So what? Or no, you didn't.
Yeah, I did. On my mama, I did.
Wait,
no,
really? I thought
because I remember the coach like seen us over there fighting, or somebody else told her something. I remember getting in trouble because he pulled me and dude over to the side on the swing set and talked to us. I got sent to the principal office, and principal put belt to ass. I'm talking.
Oh yeah, I got a couple.
Made me sing a song with it and everything. Talking about some dumb. I forgot. In between every line, code would belt to ass.
Well, but what I remember from that was so funny is it like you two was sitting there scrapping, like y'all was sitting there scrapping, and then he like got on you for a minute and started like doing something.
And in your head, I was losing. You just
so nah. I thought you didn't have it no more. So I ran over there and like pushed him down, right, and then you got on top of it, and then I started kicking him in the ribs, and you was hitting him. And then
I'm sitting on top of Cup,
and then I think Will's ass came over there. I'm pretty sure and jumped in with us, which is that was just funny, dude. Because bro really thought he was for the. I just found that hilarious. That was 3rd grade because that was before we was even like we was somewhat good kids back then. Not really. We was kind of little menaces, especially your ass, but like we was kind of a lot better than We'll get into all that too. Not all of that, but we'll get into some of that. But yeah, man. Nick, how you doing this week, man?
How am I doing this week, bro? Another day, another dollar, man. That's pretty much what it feels like. It just adds. You just add more mentality of what you're doing from the next day, the next day, and the next day. It just feels like you just go on and go on.
Hella deep.
Word.
Yeah, wise words.
Philosophical.
Wise words.
You just keep going, man. I don't know. It just feels
all gas and no brakes.
It's been better since college. My finals are over. So
I still got to do those Sunday. Oh my God.
These months in college and all that, and I'm
college.
Barely made it out of high school. It's okay.
Hey man, look. It's okay because I be struggling and that shit like, I mean, it ain't.
Yeah, I heard college is hard, bro.
It ain't easy.
I mean, I do better than I used to though, bro. Cause I used to work a full shift and then do 4 classes, and hell no, that was not working. I had to cut that shit down to two a semester, and I am not good. I got 4 more classes left, bro, and then I'm done. I'm done for at least a couple years. I may go back later on if nothing work out. But hey, y'all help me not have to do that. Subscribe, you know what I'm saying?
So we don't have to do that.
Yes, sir.
Please.
Yeah, please. Support the vision.
Support the vision so we can support others' visions.
So we can clock into ourselves and not a job.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Don't want to have to work for nobody. Want to work for us.
So we don't have to just work to die, basically.
Yeah.
We can work to make something for everybody.
But shoot, man. Yeah, I guess we can go ahead and just get into, because I'll loop back to some of our earlier stuff, like, later on. But I want to really, like, dive into the jail thing earlier on in the podcast, because I feel like that's probably what a lot of you guys want to hear about, because it's, like, recent.
Crazy, too, bro.
Crazy, man. So, yeah. Just, I guess tell us whatever you want.
I don't know where to start, bro. Look, I'm going to let y'all kind of pick, bro. Okay, so I got upstairs. Because they already know, but y'all don't know, bro. I was everywhere in that jail. I've been upstairs where the 3 blocks are at. I've been in isolation after my jaw healed, which I'm going to get into. And then I was downstairs in D block. So I was everywhere in that mug. So do y'all want beginning? Because I was in upstairs first, then isolation, then D block. So do y'all want more in order, or do y'all just want to pick one?
I guess you can just start upstairs, just work your way. Like,
okay, because upstairs and downstairs are more like Intuit stories. Yeah. Isolation is just like random, like off the wall crap. That's surprisingly where I've seen the craziest stuff. Because it's right next to the booking, like the drunk tank where they bring new people in. So, like, you see people tweaked out, like, all types of stuff. I believe that, because
you called me one day talking about man, these crack kids in here are pissing me off. You like, they funny, but damn it, they pissing me off, man.
Pissing me off, man.
I'd already be stressing out about everything, bro, and then I look in the hallway, and there's people, like, tweaking out, trying to fight the
like,
police.
Me and him would be sitting there trying to talk about his bail
and
on
you
the
hear that dude screaming in that one cell, bro. I'll get to that, bro. But let's see, upstairs... there ain't a whole lot that happened upstairs for real. I'll probably start with my jaw getting broke. So there's this big ass dude. I'm talking like my height. I'm to give y'all reference, bro. I'm like 6'7", 6'8". Bro's my height, but been to prison for like 12, 14 years. I can't remember which one he said. He said it was 12 to 14 years. And he's a big built motherfucker. And so like I had been cool with bro, and y'all be interested in this too because y'all asked me something about it earlier, but I was saving it for y'all. But I've been chill with bro. I've been talking to him about, because he's got like hella scars like from stuff. I talked to him about like his mental health, all types of shit. Been cool with bro, like, but he got schizophrenia. He all the way throwed, bro. All the way throwed. OD throwed. And I'm sitting up on top of the stairs because the like D block's an open block, like you see pictures of prison and stuff where there's just bunks everywhere. It's one big room. The wall has like all the bathrooms are like toilets in a line on the wall with no privacy, and then there's a shower on the wall. But upstairs, like the toilets are in each cell, and there's actual cells, and there's like a row of like cells, and then a staircase with another row of cells. Well, I'm on top of the stairs one night, cause bro had been telling me like a couple days before. He's like, "Yeah, I'm supposed to go home soon. The police telling me I'm supposed to go home soon." Blah blah blah. Right, all that rah shit. I'm up there playing cards with like a couple of my homies, and we're up there playing cards, and this like game we made up is called Trash Can. But we up there playing Trash Can, and I'm looking at bro, cause like you get sales, right? And there's sales with like 4, 5, 6 people in there packed out. There's sales with 2 people. It just depends on if you're friends with people, and the people that either there's not enough room for, cause they overly popularize Marshall County. Like they don't go like half their regulations are broken, bro. Like they would get shut down if the feds ever went there, bro. I'm snitching on you, Marshall County. Y'all getting shut down if the feds ever pull up. They could be there 20 minutes. Y'all are shut down. But it'd be hella overpopularized. But people that either don't got room for them, or people that nobody likes for real, they got these little things called boats, and they're like fucking boats. They're like little. They're shaped like a mattress.
Boats.
Yeah, they're shaped like a mattress. And you put your mattress in it, and then you sleep on the floor instead of having to have like just a floor and a mat. Some people do, but I mean, if you get a boat, you get a boat. But I'm up there playing cards. It's like 3 a.m, bro. All the lights are off. We're supposed to be in our cells, and I'm up there playing cards. Cause upstairs you're not allowed to be in the day room after lights go off, or you'll get in trouble. And so we're up there playing cards, cause technically we're not in the day room, but we're not in our cells either. But we're up there playing cards, and I look over at bro's boat, cause nobody liked bro. He was in a boat, sleeping next to the kiosk. He gets up, bro. He puts his slides on, and he walks up the stairs right next to me, and he sits beside me, and he's like, bro, I got something on my chest. This dude's like late 30s, early 40s. Like, he's pretty older, you know what I'm saying? But he's built, bro. Been to prison 14 years. He's like, bro, I've got something on my chest, bro. I just need to let it off. And I thought bro was finna come talk to me about mental health shit again. So I'm like, yeah, bro, what's up? Like, talk to me, bro. He's like, I know you stole my shoes. And I'm like, cuz, what?
No,
and in my head, like, twin, no, bro, I wear size 15 shoes, bro. Why would I be stealing? Like, he was my size too, but why would I be stealing somebody's shoes when I got perfectly fine gel slides that ain't ripped up or broken? Like, I got a brand new pair of gel slides, and I ain't gonna gamble if they wear the same shoe size as me. You know what I'm saying? Built like a Sasquatch, bro. Why would I be stealing people's clothes or shoes? Bro's like, you stole my shoes. And I'm just baffled, bro. Flabbergasted. Straight up flabbergasted. I'm like, huh? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, bro, I said, I put it on my mama, bro. I did not touch your shoes, bro. And I told him the same thing I just said. I'm like, my foot size, whatever. He's like, and then he starts teeing up even more. He's like, bro, there's 2 things I hate, a liar and a thief. And I'm like, bro, on my mama, like, life, bro, I did not take your shit. All my homies, because everybody's asleep. It's like 3 a.m. There's the only people up are him and my, like, 4 homies I'm playing cards with. All the other homies are asleep, the big homies and all that. And they're like, nah, bro, he didn't take your shoes. Well, we go on for like an hour. He's up there, like, getting all in my face and stuff. And this is when I first got there, so I thought you catch extra charges for fighting and stuff like that. So I didn't tee up. Like, all my friends were like, take off on him, bro. Take off on him. Just bump it out. But I thought I'd catch extra charges, get put in lockdown or something, right? But they don't really do that. I found out later they don't really do that. You just get it split up and told to go on about your business unless you just keep causing issues. Then you get put on lockdown. You literally, the only way you catch charges is if you like put somebody in the hospital and they press charges. But I didn't know that, so I'm thinking like I already got a fat case. I'm not trying to get nothing extra. So I'm like, I'm not being pussy, but I'm like, bro, no, I'm not trying to. You know what I'm saying?
You're not gonna catch extra charges for no reason.
No one get more trouble.
Oh God! And then finally he gets loud enough that he wakes up some of my big homies. And 4, 5, 6 people just come out their cell and they're like, shut the up. They're like, bro, did not take your shoes, bro. Go lay down. And made this big ass dude go lay back down, right? Well, the whole 2 days after that, for like 2, 3 days, he just kept being petty like a toddler, bro. Like I said, his boat's next to the kiosk where you order shit on store. So I go over there to like look at my store to see if I got money on my books. And my blanket that I had wrapped around me, because it's November, it's cold in there, bro. My blanket wrapped around me, bro, is touching his boat. I'm not touching his boat. My fucking blanket's touching his boat. He leans over, because he's sitting on like a seat in the day room. He leans over and he taps my shoulder. And I'm like, what, bro? Because he done been messing with me for like 2 days thinking I stole his damn shoes. And my shoes had writing on them, bro. Like, they were personalized. Like, what?
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
And, yeah, I had OCD and O6S and our names across them. Well, I'm like, what, bro? And he's like, yo, blanket's touching my boat. And I'm like, okay. And he gets up and scoots his boat like 2 inches over so my blanket won't touch it type shit. But on the third day, I'm sitting there helping put trays, because D-Block, you get styrofoam trays for like meals, but upstairs you get like plastic trays. Because D-Block's the Thunderdome, bro. They won't give D-Block plastic trays because they'll be weapons, not trays. So upstairs you get actual plastic trays because it's more chill. But I'm helping load the trays back up into the car after lunch or breakfast. I'm half asleep, already pissed off. Bro been messing with me for 2 days. Well, he walks by and slams into my shoulder. And I'm like, alright. Because my big homies have done been telling me for 2 days, bro, take off on him or he's going to take off on you, bro. Like, you might as well get the first up. And I'm like, no. Well, he bumps into me and I'm like, alright, bro, this is the moment I'm finna have to take off. So I turn around. And as I turn around, I'm opening my mouth to call him a bitch. And as I'm turning around, bro, he sneaks me, bro. He, like, as I'm turning, he just pop right in my jaw. And he know that I've been getting into fights since I was like 14, like younger than that, but like fights, like bad fights since like 14. I done been hit in my face, so my jaw already pops and stuff. And he caught me with my mouth open, so when he hit me, and like I said, he's big dude from prison, it just snapped my jaw in half. Like the only thing holding my jaw together was the muscles.
Damn.
And then for like a week, I kept asking to go to the doctor. They wouldn't do nothing about it. The dumb nurse was like, well, of course it's going to hurt when you get punched in the face. And I said, no, shit, bitch. I said, I've been in fights. I'm like, it ain't ever felt like this. Like, I had to, like, fit food through my teeth type shit. But that's a whole nother thing. But then I finally go to the doctor, and then I go to isolation. But, yeah, that's how my jaw broke, bro. It was literally something random. Like, bro tweaked out because they told him he was finna go home. And then the day he was supposed to go home, they were like, yeah, no, you have to go back to this other county, and then you're probably going back to prison.
Nah. Yeah,
so he flipped out because he got schizophrenia and all that. Done flipped out and seen me sitting up on top of the stairs and was like, yeah, he the one. Because I was it was before I turned 20. So I was like 19. I'm the youngest in the block. I'm skinny. So he thought, you know what I'm saying? But
see, I think it's funny how you got rid of your first slides that you went in there with.
The red ones?
Yeah, you traded them hoes for some pouches.
Bro, this is funny too. No, it wasn't even pouches.
Or it was something.
It was when I first got locked up, I had these red Adidas slides. And when you get put in the drunk tank before you get put in your jumpsuit and given jail slides, you're in your normal clothes in the booking area, in the drunk tank. And you'll be there for like days, sometimes a couple hours if things are moving fast. But I'm in there, and a trustee comes up to the window, because trustees are like jail workers. They get extra privileges. They get to smoke cigarettes. They get cigarette breaks once a day. They get extra privileges. They can go anywhere in the jail. And they have their own dorm assigned for trustees. And you can get hoodies and like extra clothes. They don't got to wear normal jumpsuits. Well, a trustee comes up to the drunk tank, and he's like, yo, let me get your slides. And he couldn't tell through the drunk tank door how big my damn feet are. And he's like a short dude. Yeah. Like, he's short. He's like 30-something, but like under average like height, like for a man, bro. Like he's short. And I'm like, yeah, bro. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, bro, I'll sell you my shoes. I made bro bring me special trays because everybody gets the same food, but trustees have like a couple of extra things they can cook special food for themselves. because they're the ones cooking the food for the whole jail. So you can buy like special trays if they sneak them to you. You can like pay them pouches to bring you food to the blocks.
Oh,
special food. Like me and my homie, when in D Block, we were getting hot sauce in there. We were getting, some of my homies would get hamburgers, like, and stuff. Like, it was lit. But anyways, I made bro bring me 2 special trays smacked with spicy chicken patties, which is something you don't get on any day for dinner. It's only some trustees can get. 2 smack full of spicy chicken patties, 2 drinks like that you get from the gas station kind of drinks. Like smoothies, the Naked brand, whatever smoothies. Yeah, fucking slapping. I give bro my shoes, and the only other person in that jail that was my size, bro, was a trustee. And he was like 6'7" and wore the same size as me, or a size bigger. So he literally gave me all that free stuff and then had to give the slides to somebody else that still has them to this day. Shout out, bro. But yeah, that was funny too.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, you've been wearing them red Adidas slides for like
2
forever,
years.
Yeah. You had them hoes in Reno.
I miss them, bro.
Yeah.
So many memories in those red slides.
Yeah, R.I.P. the slides for real,
But I'd say, bro, isolation was probably the craziest part of that whole jail.
Really? See, that's wild to me, because I would think that the populated cell blocks would be crazier than isolation.
I mean, it depends on what your definition of crazy is. Because, like, in the blocks, there's like 40, 50, 60 plus people, right? So there's fights, there's room to get stabbed because there's shanks in there, like I told y'all, and there's a whole bunch of drugs in the blocks. But in isolation, you'd think it'd be chill because there's only like 4 people. It's like a 1-room cell, and it's got its own bathroom and stuff. Like, there's only 4, 5, 6 people there max, right? Like, period. They'll if there's too many people, if it gets more than that many, they'll swap people out, send somebody back to the blocks who's in less, distress, and send somebody else up there or in there. And so you think it's like one cell, but then there's these 2 little cells. That's what he mentioned earlier. I'm about to get to. There's these 2 little cells right in there, and they're fully locked down because in one cell there's this dude that looks like Charles Manson. That y'all probably heard this story actually, or I know some of y'all probably have. There was this woman murdered by a hammer behind the McDonald's in Gunnersville.
Oh, I remember.
A couple years ago.
That. Yeah.
Dang.
He's her son, and he's the one who killed her with the hammer.
Oh.
So I'm in there with bro. There's a door there, but I mean, I'm in there with bro. I'm talking, he's locked up in a padded room type shit. Like, there's nothing but a slab and, like, a toilet. Like,
Jesus, that's crazy.
And, in the other cell is the one that you would hear when we're on calls. It's this short-ass Puerto Rican dude. Like, I'm talking, like, no more than 5'4". Like, not that big, but, like, low-key shredded at the same time. He's built like Rey Mysterio, cuz. My mama built like Rey Mysterio.
Crazy.
I watched him fight.
Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, bro. Watched him fight 4.
Did he have a lucha mask on?
No, but he speaks, like, no English, bro. He speaks, like, 4 English words at the most.
Yeah.
And he's throwed, bro. I'm talking OD. Whatever is above OD throwed, he's that.
So he doesn't gone, like his mind is mush.
I'm talking, bro, you could be sitting there and you heard it, bro.
Oh,
you could be sitting there and he would just be in his cell like Super Saiyan, bro. Like his veins would damn near be exploding and he'd be screaming at the top of his lungs in like Spanish, bro. Like off the wall. Like we had somebody who was Spanish in there at one point that would translate for us, and it's random crap. Like he'd be like cussing out God, or he'd be talking about like killing us. Like if you go look in his window to his cell, he would like point at you like this and do this, and then start like yelling. He'd be like, oh, like as loud as he can, bro. Or he'd start smacking the wall until his hand was red. I don't know how he didn't break it, bro. He would just, I know you've heard that at some point on the calls. He'd be like, boom, or he'd take a gel slide off, fucking slam
there
it.
was one time we were on the phone and I asked you, I was like, what the hell is that sound, dog? And I was like, sounds like somebody banging in the background.
I was like, bro, it's our pet.
It's our pet, bro.
He was butt naked too. They didn't allow him to have no clothes because he would try to kill people with clothes. Like he strangled cops
in a padded room, fucking naked,
butt naked, bro.
Oh my!
We would like sneak him clothes sometimes, and they would take him because he's not allowed. He's all. I'm telling you, all the way
there,
through,
like
bro.
gnawing on the shirt.
It's literally like being roommates with an orangutan, bro. I swear to God, like a chimpanzee, bro.
And in the jail with the apes.
Yeah, one time I pranked him and it did not go well. I took this is fucked up, bro. I'm sorry. I'm not a bad person, but he I say he's all the way throwed, but he can help it too at the same time. Because there was one time my homie told me that me and Zoe were asleep and he literally like pushed it. There's a little trap door on his cell door. He literally pushed it open quietly, made sure that we were all asleep, and then started hitting the wall and screaming to wake us up, bro, just to be an ass. I swear.
Wow.
And but we're sitting there, and I'm like, he was being a dick, kept us up all night, all that. So I'm like, I got something for you. I go in the trash and I get an empty styrofoam tray. Because in isolation we get styrofoam. And I fill it up like halfway with water and like deodorant sticks so that it feels weighted. And I open his, because every like breakfast, lunch, and dinner, they say chow time in the blocks, right? So that's how people know it's food time. I set it on his trap door and I said, so bueno, I said chow time. And he came and he grabbed his styrofoam and he opened it and he was like, ah! And then like he threw it, bro.
Oh, no.
And like he ripped it up at first, and then I waited like 5 minutes and I went and grabbed another one. And I set it on his thing, and he walks up all calm to the trap door, and I'm like, okay, I'm starting to laugh and stuff. And then I see his hand, bro, quick as hell, like he walks up so calm. His hand rear back, and I'm like, no! And I go to shut the trap, and as I'm shutting the trap, he smacks the tray as hard as he can. It explodes all over me through the trap door. The deodorant stick falls in his cell. As I shut the trap door, he picks it up. The deodorant sticks are like this big, and he like throws it at his glass, and it exploded all over the glass. And I'm like, and then he just screamed at the top of his lungs, jumping up and down for like 2 hours, bro. Was every time I'd look in his window and he'd see my face, he would scream and do this, like he would imagine choking me to death. He'd be like, like cussing me out in Spanish, and I'm like, I'm gonna die.
There with a literal psychopath.
Yes, bro.
This
Two
is
of
an
them.
actual monkey.
And
like,
then the other dude
I
who
don't think
killed
that's
his
a
mom
human anymore.
The other dude who killed. Oh God, bro, it's like
They
a
can't,
chimpanzee
bro.
on meth.
Why, he can't have clothes. He can't get out of the cell. He's butt ass naked, throwing around deodorant sticks.
He's like our pet, bro.
He's
For
actually
real.
like a pet for the prison.
You'd be surprised when you get bored, bro. You just go up to his window and fuck with him, bro, and it's funny.
Or you just like hit the fucking window.
I love this, bro. One time, the only day he was chill, and I was in there for like 2 months in that specific area. The only day he was chill, me and my Haitian homie, we're sitting there with him, and we have his trap door open, and he's crouched next to the trap door, looking like had his head to the corner where he could see the part of our TV, watching TV. And me and Zoe are sitting there like talking to him, even though he can't understand a lick of what we're saying. We're talking to him. And I swear, y'all, I had an imaginary smoke session with bro. Like, Zoe pretended... Because, I mean, in the blocks, you can get cigarettes if the trustees sneak them to you. Or you can get tobacco pulled in, just like they pull in drugs through the wall. Yeah. You pull in tobacco, and then you take napkins, and you spread coffee on it with a little bit of water, and let it dry up, and it turns into, like, blunt wraps. And you make cigarettes. But you can't get that in isolation unless you have money on the outside and get cash apps for cigarettes, straight up cigarettes, and pop sockets to light wicks. But anyways, what was I getting with that, bro? I was gonna say something.
You and Zoe were sitting
there. Me and Zoe were sitting there, and we had nothing. We had nothing to smoke, none of that, bro. Bro's crouched next to the thing. We're sitting there talking to him, and I forgot how it happened, but Zoe like pretended to hit a cigarette, like nothing's in his hand, just like I'm doing right now, y'all. He went and handed it to Zabuena like that. Zabuena grabbed it like he was grabbing a blunt, fake puffed it, and then held it out to me, bro. I pretended to grab it back from him and take a puff and passed it back to him, and then he got up and went and sat down. And I was like, I looked at homie and was like, yeah, bro. I was like, I didn't know he was chill like that. And then we just went on about our day. And then the other dude in the other cell was throwed, but not as bad. Like, he would just talk to himself. He slept 1 hour a night every day.
Oh my God.
And he would talk to himself all the time, and I beefed with bro, real shit. I beefed with bro. Like one time I was, threatening to go in there and beat him up because I don't like him anyways. He killed his mom with a hammer. I don't understand why, but I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Probably because he's crazy.
Bro's getting life, and not even in prison. He's staying in that jail. Like they can't take him nowhere. Like
they probably got rules because he's probably mentally like unfit. You know,
but bro will sit there and like talk. He has 6 personalities. Bro thinks one of his personalities is like Jesus. I'm not even lying.
What?
Like, I swear.
Oh my God.
And he'll sit there and like say the most like, he'll just talk in a voice like this 24/7 except for 1 hour a night about random things. Like each word could be a different sentence, bro, type shit. And I would pull his trap up and sometimes be like, bro, will you shut the fuck up? Like, I'm finna crash out. And then he would buck back up on me sometimes. And I'd be like, bro, on my mama, I will go tell the police that you need your cell cleaned out just so I can whoop that ass, bro. Pipe down and let me sleep. Because I slept on the floor right in front of his door with my head, like, this far from his door, bro. No. But, okay, these are some of the random stories about isolation. Like, these aren't even... I'm just gonna jump from thing to thing, low-key.
Right.
This is where I get to about the tweakers, bro. Where I'd be calling him like, bro, I can't do this anymore. Every time I look out my window, something crazy's happening. Let's start with Christmas, bro. It's Christmas. And they bring in this old dude, and his arm's bleeding because I guess he tried to fight the police. He's like drunk as hell or tweaking something. And there's the drunk tank right next to my isolation cell with 4 of us, and then there's like a single person cell across, like, down the hall. And like I said, they pop us out in the hallway for an hour every night. Bro, this dude's arm was bleeding and he drew Santa Claus on the glass of the 1-person cell because he was in there. Drew Santa Claus on the glass, bro, on Christmas. Then one day, there's this dude that swallowed a whole bunch of meth. Tried to fight the police, and then he'd get popped out of the drunk tank and be at our door like this on the corners. He'd be like, trying to escape, I guess, would be like looking around, and I'd go scare him. I'd be like, bitch, back away from our door. And he'd be like, and then we get popped out for an hour, and they had to move, bro, to the other cell, that 1-person cell. And I'm like, I get popped out for the hour, and we're all looking. We're like, bro, what is that, bro? If any of y'all know my homie Roman, bro, he can vouch. He just got out a couple days ago, and he was with me when this happened. We're standing in the hallway, and we're like, bro, what is that on the window? And my homie's like, I don't know, bro. I'm like, we go over there and look. And we look. Dude had like 8 trays worth of food, like smeared together in the floor and laying in it sleeping, bro. And then...
What the fuck?
Yes. And
like
we're
the
like...
same dude that put Santa Claus on the
No,
cell?
the same dude that was trying to escape. These are 2 different dudes.
2 different dudes.
And the one that swallowed a whole bunch of meth.
Oh,
and,
alright.
Like, bro, mind you... This was after the cops slammed him on his head. Like, he had a Harry Potter lightning bolt, like, this big of his forehead split open because the cop had to fucking RKO him. But the next day after we witnessed the food, I'm like, okay, now what's that on the window? I walk over there, bro. He had shit in the floor, in the pile. I'm talking 8 trays worth of food in the floor. And, like, definitely 6 bathroom trips worth of shit, bro. All in the pile of food.
Bro, nobody cleaning this up.
Nope, smeared together and all over the windows and the wall. They finally had to get trustees to clean it out, and it was so stinky, bro. It was so bad, bro. I was like...
smeared jail food and
shit. Yeah, I had to... Bro, I could smell it from... our isolation cell. Like, it was that bad.
God.
On top of that little throwed off Puerto Rican dude, his cell smelled like death. I could not compare it to anything. Like, I could combine smells together and it wouldn't compare.
Well, he was probably butt-ass naked in there, never took a shower. Like, did they ever let
Bro,
him
he
go
didn't
out
even have a toilet in his cell. There was little bars in the floor like the drunk tank has.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and like it flushes like a toilet, but it's literally bars on the floor with a hole in it, and he's got to shit in that and piss in that.
I mean, he's already naked, so it ain't like he's worried about privacy.
One time he got mad at somebody in our isolation cell and like pissed on the crack of the door on their mat. Like it spread out and got all over their mat, and they were so mad. They were so mad.
I'm surprised
bro.
he never pissed out his little window, or is that what you're saying?
Oh, you want to hear something crazy, bro?
What?
I know y'all know this. Remember the dude that gutted the Haitian at Western Sizzling in Boaz? I know y'all heard about that.
Yeah.
I hung out with him for like hours and hours because he couldn't go nowhere else in the jail. They put him in like this isolation cell in the female block where you can't see any of the females. Yeah. It's like in the very corner of the female block where you can't see them. And he obviously can't get taken out to shower and do stuff in their area. So they would bring him down to isolation and leave him in our cell for like 5 hours.
Did you know that's who it was?
Well, I found out because we asked him, we were like, why are you here, bro? Like we do everybody. And he told us. But bro was chill. He was just throwed. OD throwed, but chill as hell.
See, that's how this motherfucker mindset, he always be like, yeah, man, like they killed a family of 4, but like they chill though, like they good people. So I'm like,
I sat and played cards with him, watched movies with him. But yeah, he gutted a dude for no reason and played with his guts. Bro, he literally cut bro open and pulled his guts out and set him next to the dude. And when the cops pulled up, he was trying to stuff his guts back in, bro.
What the fuck?
He Mortal Kombat finished him,
See,
bro.
that shit is next
Mortal
level.
Kombat brutality, that
Yes,
man on
bro.
the
That's just
sidewalk.
next level deranged for real. Cause like, if you don't kill somebody, but then you don't like sit there and play with their intestines, like that's next level.
Yeah, he
shit.
pulled
Digging
him
in
out
their
and set him
guts,
next to
like-
bro. And when the police pulled up, he was trying to stuff him back in.
Like, what buddy digging in guts and then, like, putting them back?
Swear to God.
Man,
What's
that's
some-
crazy.
I'm trying to think. I feel like there's more stuff I've seen in isolation.
Like, why you take that out the inventory and then try and put that
Did you
shit
see
back?
any fights while you was in there, other than when you got your jaw split in half?
In jail or in
Yeah.
isolation?
In either jail in general, like.
Yeah, in D Block, the Thunderdome.
Oh yeah.
I seen fights upstairs, but D Block, the Thunderdome itself, definitely seen a bunch. This one dude, I loved watching him get beat up every time he get beat up because I hated, bro. I hated, bro. And my big homie was the one beating him up every time.
Oh yeah.
But speaking earlier, I mentioned to y'all that people do a lot of crazy things for nicotine pouches in jail.
Oh yeah.
Because you don't get nicotine except for
that's
cans of
wild,
pouches.
yeah.
Do y'all want to know some of the things, bro?
Yeah.
Speaking of getting beat up, I'll start with the less worst one. One person got beat up because, well, he'd already been beat up a couple times before that for running his mouth. He was like super OD hillbilly, like, bro. I'm talking like
he was
in the
damn cut for
he was a Hills Have Eyes reject Casper, bro.
Alright, I got you.
And somebody gave him 4 pouches, not even a can, 4 pouches. You know ramen noodles?
Mm-hmm.
You know the chili flavored, the hottest
Yeah.
ones? He snorted the seasoning packet
What the
of
hell?
chili ramen noodles for 4 pouches.
What the?
And
What
then,
the hell?
That's like some elementary school shit.
Yeah, oh, God.
and to make it funnier, he pissed everybody off from bragging about it. He literally made everybody mad because he was being a dumbass. Like, have you ever seen somebody being so utterly retarded that you're like, it
Shut
makes
the
you
fuck-
mad?
yeah, you just
It's not
like,
even
what the
funny.
hell?
It's like, bro, like, it's
Just
irritatingly
shut up.
stupid type thing.
Mhm.
Yeah, bro made everybody mad and then got beat up while taking a shit on the toilet after snorting a pack of
No.
chili seasoning.
Bro, I'd be so pissed if I was in there dropping logs and somebody come swing you.
Bro, I'm
like,
talking
hell
pants,
no.
ankles, butt naked, got beat up by my big ass prison homie. And
Kick the door down. Get your
yeah,
ass up.
you want to know the worst
Oh god.
about
Yeah,
what people do for
yeah
nicotine
let's
pouches?
hear it.
Listen,
Start
now,
build. Do you have any other stories that could build up to it?
build up to this about nicotine pouches. Because if I switch topics, I'm gonna forget.
Yeah, let him.
Yeah,
let him
get the
stay on.
worst one.
Because listen, it's a pretty big jump. Because there's not really a whole lot of crazy things people do for pouches. I mean, I've seen people because like pouches stick. I know you know this because
Yeah.
if you take one out and throw it to the ceiling right now, I mean, not the kind of ceiling that's in here, but like throw it at the wall or something, it's gonna
Mhm.
stick there
Oh,
and
yeah,
just
they'll
it'll dry
stick
up and it'll
shit.
stay. Well, D Block people just take their pouches out, and throw them on the ceiling. The ceiling's covered in like old ass
Oh
pouches.
god, that's kind of gross.
And-
bro.
I mean, right before we left, there was like 3 people who used a broom to scrape it off the ceiling and cleaned it up. But it's like OD nasty. But people do that. I've seen people peel pouches off of the floor and stuff to dip pouches. I knew somebody who got mad at somebody one time and rubbed a pouch all over their nuts and then gave it to somebody. I knew somebody who took a pouch and rubbed it across the toilet seat. Mind you, it's a jail toilet seat.
No.
That's worse than a public restroom because you got a whole bunch of meth heads, people from prison, people
Oh
with
my god.
diseases, people with all types of stuff, and they don't get cleaned. So like, bro put it and then gave it to somebody.
Going to jail. Fuck that.
Yeah, don't take a pouch from somebody unless you paid for it, did something for it, or you buy the can yourself.
So what you're
That's
saying is
unopened.
you was throwing ass for pouches.
Hella ass. I'm just playing. Actually, I had homies. They would just give me pouches, bro. If I ever couldn't get a can, I would just be like,
I was gonna say, what was I sending you money for?
no,
pouches
that
throwing
was. I'm not
in?
talking about I could just get hella. I'm talking about if I ain't had one in an hour, I could go to a different homie every once in a while and get like
you could get
a
like
pouch or
a
two.
pouch.
Yeah, a pouch or two.
I
I
thought
wasn't
you saying
getting-
they giving you cans.
No, I don't care how much somebody fucks with you, bro. They're not giving you a free can.
Mm.
They'll give you free pouches, but not a free can.
Well, yeah, that makes sense.
Because
I mean, yeah, they not cheap.
That's
that
money.
bitch, bro.
Like
yeah.
pouches and noodles are money in there. So, like a pouch is worth 1 ramen noodle if that makes sense.
Huh.
And 1 ramen noodle is worth a pouch. Sometimes 2 if you can get the one up on somebody.
Like, are you saying that actually like 1 ramen noodle or a packet of ramen?
Like a packet, or like
Oh,
a little
okay,
packet
okay.
of ramen.
I was gonna say like 1 ramen noodle.
We
Shit, I
call them
just-
soups.
Oh, okay.
So like 1 soup a pouch.
Mm.
But yeah. So the worst is there's multiple people that have done this, but this one was notorious for it. We called the whole jail called him Willie Hot Dog.
Oh no.
No.
No, I don't even.
And
hell no.
every Thursday for lunch, we get hot dogs and beans. It's beans with a hot dog, a whole hot dog, not cut up, a whole hot dog laying in the beans.
Uh-huh.
And this dude was upstairs. Never met him, thank God. But the police, long story short, had to start cutting up bro's hot dogs, and he would get a special tray every hot dog day because he wasn't allowed to have whole hot dogs.
Oh no.
Because he would get the fiending for pouches and nicotine and put hot dogs in his butt for nicotine pouches, bro. Word to my mother, bro.
He would put them in his butt.
I swear to God. And people would pay. Think what's even weirder than him doing it is the people paying him pouches to laugh at him doing it. Because I don't care. That's not funny, bro.
Listen, to me, there's got to be some sexual pleasure they're getting out of that. I don't care what you say. That's gay as hell.
I'm turning my head and running if I say something like that.
To watch a man put a hot dog in his rectum is crazy.
And then,
work.
no, that is crazy.
To pay
work.
for it in jail too. Like, that's some shit the dudes from Jackass would have done, and I'd be like, okay, that's funny.
Yeah, but
like really in jail,
swear,
bro?
what?
Dude.
And to watch him do it is
See,
crazy.
what's wild to me is that's jail. Imagine what people do to get shit in prison. You know what I mean? Like, they probably... Yeah,
That's
I'm
how it
surprised.
goes.
That's what I thought you were going to say. I thought you were going to say...
No,
like,
it happens in there. There's so many people in there from prison and stuff. We have prison sissies, if y'all know what that is.
oh, yeah.
Which are like...
pulling pockets.
Which
and
are
shit.
men that, like, act and dress like females and stuff.
Yeah.
They don't dress like females in there because in prison you can get more clothes and stuff. In there you just got jumpsuits. But they act and they do, like... Yeah, they do stuff for stuff. Yeah.
So, like, I know how much you be fiending for activities. So, like, you didn't cross
Hell
that
no.
road in there?
Hell no, bro. Hell no.
Somebody, I forget who asked me about that. They were like, you think Cupid turned gay? I was like, probably not.
I mean, it's not, bro. In prison, you can get forcefully turned gay. Like, if you make somebody mad, bro, they'll tie you up and you're getting your butt took. But in jail, even though that jail's pretty similar to prison, bro, it's not on that. Like, I'd say that's one of the only differences. Is not, it's, people don't get stabbed as often, and nobody really gets their butt took. Like, that's the only, you know, crazy statement, but nobody gets their men card swiped.
Butt took in Marshall County, man.
Yeah, nobody getting their men card swiped in the jail. But, I mean, it has happened in the past, but it's not a common occurrence at all. But,
yeah, you get Big Buford in there, like, a little too horny off the taco night or something.
Off the meth, off the bop bop.
Y'all ever have a taco night, bro? They'd be chefing up carne asada in that
I
hoe.
wish, bro.
Damn.
You think we get that good food? You want to know what shit we get, bro? Listen, so breakfast, let's start with breakfast. Every other day, one day, you get biscuit and gravy, and the next day you get pancakes, which sounds fire, right? But they're like, the pancakes are this big with like no syrup, and they suck. And the biscuit and gravy gets old after a while of eating it every day for a month. And then lunch, each day of the week has its own lunch you get, and then dinner has its own day. Like, you know, Monday we get this shit that I hate and will never touch anything similar to it because I despise it. It's called mac salad. And it's literally like macaroni noodles with no cheese, macaroni noodles with like cut up little pieces of pickle and chicken, and it's cold. Like freezer cold, bro.
Bro, what?
Yes. And then as a side, you get like nasty, unflavored mashed potatoes. Like, the trustees will get in trouble if they season the food too much.
Really?
And I'm talking about, it's not like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's already got seasoning and then you season it too much and get in trouble. I'm talking, it's got like, and then if they do more than that, they're like fired, bro. Like, you get a one little finger twist of salt and pepper and you're straight, bro. That's all you get. But unless you buy salt and pepper off the store. And then I hate the hot dogs and beans. I wonder why, but I hate, and they don't taste good.
Dude, I can't stand hot dogs. I'd be tweaking that bitch. Hell no.
Dinner, we get something different every night, but lunch, we get, like, for, like, 2 days in a row, you get one thing, like, it switches a couple times. There's, like, 3 different things, and then bologna and peanut butter sandwiches. I say peanut butter because it's not peanut butter, but it's, like, it don't taste that bad. When I first got in there, I would not eat it. I was like, this is not peanut butter. But then it grew on me.
Bologna and peanut butter just don't sound right, though.
It's not on the same sandwich.
Oh,
you get a sandwich with...
There's a choice of, like, bologna and something.
Like, bologna and cheese, and then you get No, you get both. They give you, like, a little... It's literally just bread, bologna, a little piece of cheese, and bread.
Bro, who the fuck... Hold on, I'm sorry. Somebody there busting in the background. The dog's barking. That's funny as shit.
Alabama free.
Yeah, hey man, if y'all hear the dogs barking and shit, my bad. They be tweaking, okay?
But they just be tweaking, man.
They just be tweaking. But yeah.
So what y'all have for like dinner though, or something, whatever? Like,
there was a couple of good things. There was like at the end of the week, there'd be 3 nights in a row because they made there would be a night where we get spaghetti, where it's like the little macaroni noodles again with like meat and stuff. And then since they already were using noodles, like the 2 days after that, we get a different food that's made with macaroni noodles. But it's actually decent. I liked the spaghetti. Like, it was pretty decent. And I liked like a couple of other things. But yeah, it was like different foods. It was like the sandwiches, biscuit and gravy, pancakes, mac salad bullshit. I hate mac salad, bro.
That does sound disgusting.
Mac salad, the hot dogs and beans. And then there's a couple of other things, bro. We would have pot roast too, which was like everybody's favorite tray. And then one night a week we would get cake. It was like just, plain vanilla cake or whatever it's called. You know what I'm talking about? Just white cake, no icing, no nothing that. Yeah, it was like a little piece of that, like this big. But which you could make a hustle out of because people sell trays. 1 pouch is a dinner tray, which sounds like you're getting finessed, but I mean that's the price. Like, damn. People fiending there so bad, bro, that they'll sell like all their. I had a dude come up to me in D Block and was like, "Bro, I'll give you all of my trays for the next 2 weeks for 3 pouches."
That's insane.
And think about it, it's a pouch per tray.
Hold on, did you take the deal?
No.
You did.
I'm not gonna do that to somebody, even though it's their decision.
See, what I would have done, I would have probably done it, but then I would have been like nice and gave him some food extra, though. You know what I'm saying?
And made sure he ate.
Yeah.
But I mean, people that do that end up going. That's why one dude got beat up, bro. The same dude who got beat up taking his shit got beat up another time because he would sell all his trays and then he would go and like he wouldn't ask people, bro. He would stand next to the trash can where people go scrape their trays off. And, like, everybody who had anything left on their tray, he would, like, can I get that? And put it in a styrofoam. And, like, he was eating everybody's scraps, bro. So it started getting on everybody's nerves because it's like, bro, you're doing it to yourself and then expecting us to, like, give you all the scraps off our trays. And it's nasty. And then he got beat up because people sell foam. If you have a mat with a rip on it, you can take the foam out and sell it and stuff. And people can make pillows and stuff. But if you get caught by the police, they'll... Because you're only supposed to have 1 mat. If they catch you with extra foam and extra mat, they'll take it. You don't get in trouble, but they'll take it. And bro has sold every piece of foam out of his mat to where he just had a freaking tarp pretty much. So obviously if the police look at it, they're going to be like, where'd all your foam go? And then start shaking the block down for foam. He got beat up for that one time because everybody told him like 3 days in advance before he sold it all, like, chill, bro. You're going to get everybody's foam took and they're going to be mad as hell because they're going to have to sleep uncomfortable. Didn't listen. And then, yeah, same dude almost got beat up again by me and my homies because this one I had a right to beat him up, okay? Because like I said, it's like prison. If anybody finds out that they have a block dedicated to sex offenders. They can't get put anywhere else because they'll get killed or beat up.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, that's true.
So A block is the sex offender block. Well, this dude comes in and getting charged with failure to register means? Like failure to register as a sex offender?
Yeah.
Bro had something else that had something to do with probation. It was something register, but it was about like not going and registering for your probation shit or something like that. But he was telling everybody, yeah, failure to register. So me and my prison homies are like, they said something to me. They're like, yeah, this dude said he's in here for failure to register. It was when the dude first came in here. Same one that I just told y'all snorted chili powder, got beat up on the toilet, took scraps, like got on everybody's nerves, was overly hillbilly. Yeah. He's like, bro just said and we go over there to ask him about it, like not press him yet, but to ask him to get him to admit to it. Because you don't just walk up like, yeah, because then they're going to be like, no. But if you're like just casually asking, they're like, yeah, I'm charged with this. And then you bump it out. But we're asking bro, and he's like, yeah, failure to, and we're like, you know what that means, right? And we're like pressing him, and he's like arguing with us. He's like, no, that's not what it means. And we're like, bro, failure to register. There's only one charge that is that word for word, and it's not registering as a sex offender. He's like, no, it's a probation thing. And I'm like, okay, you might have been charged with something else, but you saying that it's failure to register is this, bro. Yeah. And he kept arguing with us, and we're like, give us your booking paper. And we had to read it for ourselves and was like, you fucking retard. You almost got yourself jumped by like 5 people over nothing because you were reading the paper wrong and then arguing with us about it. Like, we were trying to save you by double checking and you were arguing with us.
Yeah, y'all could have just beat his ass off rip, like no conversation. But
there was so many fights, bro, because of people like I said, there's drugs in there. So people start owing money. They'll just keep running up debt.
Yeah.
I watch people get beat up bad in D Block because like there's people called store runners that'll catch like $200-$300 on their store every week. So they'll order like bags worth of store and they'll keep it over the week because some people either don't catch store or they'll catch just enough to where they can get a couple of things. But they'll like you can come up say I run store, right? And I get 300, I get bags of stuff, right? And y'all don't catch store throughout the week because store only comes every Wednesday. So you got to make it last until each Wednesday if you want to. But say y'all ran out, you got, $50 on your books and you ran out of stuff and you want a bag of chips or a honey bun or something. You can come to me and be like, yo, bro, let me get a bag of chips and I'll give you 2 back because that's how it works. 1 for 2s. And later in the week, it'll be 1 for 3s. Like, same thing with pouches. Like, if you're fiending hella bad, one of y'all are fiending hella bad, and I got 3 cans, you can come up to me, like, and be like, bro, let me get a pouch, and I'll give you 2 back next Wednesday. Let me get 2 pouches, give you 4 back.
So basically, you just paying it forward, like you saying, it's like a trust system.
Yeah,
like,
and then later in the week, it ups. So instead of 1 for 2s, 1 for 3s on the last 2 days before store. So, like, Tuesdays, Mondays, and Sundays, you can do 1 for 3s. So you can start a hustle in there easy. If you get somebody to put $10 on your books if you're old enough, or a $20 Cash App to get 1 can, you can do that, and you can just double your cans every week. Because if you take an entire can, don't dip a single one, or even dip a couple of them. As long as you save 11 of them out of the can to make, or save however many would be, make you 20 back, doing 1 for 2s, and make 20 back, which is a whole can, you can double your can every single week. If you don't dip at all, like if you're not somebody who dips like pouches, bro, you can 1 for 2 and 1 for 3s and make 2 cans off of 1 can. And then when you get enough cans, then you can have people Cash App you for whole cans and start selling whole cans. So you can really make a hustle, bro. I had a homie come in there with nothing and run it up off of cans, and the next thing I know, he's got store, like bags of store, bro.
Well, so I have a question that kind of interesting to me. Like, if you say you do a hustle in jail, right, and you end up with like, or well, I guess you can't get physical money though, can you? Because you don't have like an account. Like the only money you can make is what you get put on your books.
Yeah, or Cash App. You either have somebody on the outside, like I could have had you use your Cash App or something, for example, or have you log into my Cash App and just write like if I was selling cans, for example, I could be like, okay, send. Like, somebody will have their people call somebody on the outside, like call their mom. Hey, mom, can you send $20 to this person's Cash App? Tell her the Cash App and she'll send it. And then, like, you have somebody on the outside that you trust hold your Cash App and keep your money for you. So that way you can have it put on your books if you need shit, or you can save it for when you get out. I had a homie that came in with nothing and left with, like, almost a rack off of cans.
Well, yeah, because that's what I was going to say is, like, what do people do when they get out and got money to, like, take out the jail? But, yeah, I guess you would just have
or
somebody
book money.
else.
Or you either run it off Cash Apps, or you can call people on your outside. Like, I had you put money on my homie's books for cans because I wasn't old enough to order them myself. Like that, you can just be like, have people put money on your books and keep your money that way, so you can physically control it from
I guess that's what my question was, though, is when you get out, if you have extra money on your books, do they give you that money, or does it go to the jail?
It depends. They'll either leave it on your books, so if you ever get locked up again, it'll just be there, or you can ask them to give it to you, and they'll withdraw it off the books and give it to you in cash.
Fair enough.
Like I said, my homie left with like $1,000.
Did you have any money left? Or?
Nah, I stopped. I had people stop after my jaw. I had everybody quit putting money on my commissary and put it on my phone time, so that I can make more phone calls, and so that way, it's stupid. Even though I was prescribed medicine, for example, everybody, like, every time they bring you your medicine, they charge you. So my medical debts got ran up hella. So if you tried to put money on my books, say you were just going to put a simple $10 for me to get a can, you'd have to put like $40. Because I had like $30 in medical debt. So I was like, I'm not doing that, because they're going to have to put like $20, $30 extra on there to get a simple something.
So did you have to pay, or are you gonna have to pay anything on your surgery or any of that?
They covered it because it happened while I was in there, so they legally have to pay for it. It was funny. I woke up from my surgery freestyling to the police because there was two sheriffs that had to take me all the way to Birmingham to get it at UAB. And they told me, like, I was so loopy I didn't remember, but they told me, I remember a little bit. I don't remember what I said, but I remember waking up freestyling to them. Like, I woke up, I'm talking like woke up freestyling. Like say I'm sleeping in this hospital bed, right? This is what happened, bro. I wake up and I said, y'all want to hear me freestyle? And they were like, yeah, bro, because they were cool-ass cops, bro. And I just started spitting. I spit like 5, 6, like I spit a little 8-bar verse, bro, and then just stopped and was chilling.
Well, how the hell I don't even understand how you was talking after that, because
it didn't get wired shut.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
it was hard
to be fucked, though.
But I was loopy off of the anesthesia after waking up for like the first 2 hours, so I was like, it didn't matter to me. I couldn't feel
it. It was funny as hell, because he had been sober the whole time that he was in jail, right, when we was talking on the phone, but he called me after he got his surgery. And he called
they prescribed me with perks,
yeah,
bro.
No, look, then he calls
Oxycodone.
Me. He calls me. He says, "Bro, you ain't gonna believe this. They gave me perks in here." And I'm like, "Word."
And anybody who knows my past knows why that's even funnier, bro.
Yeah,
I was like, bro. I was like, they gave me yerks.
Yeah, he's like, bro, I'm zointing this motherfucker. I'm like, I'm gone.
I went to call him one day, bro, and I hit my forehead on the phone. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
I was like, bro. I was like, I just smacked I literally walked into the phone, bro. I was like, God damn it.
Yeah, some of them jail conversations were heated, like not to the us, but to the other shit. But we was definitely cracking up some of the time, bro.
It was funny. I'd be like, bro, you'd never believe what's going on over there.
Definitely glad you back out, though. It's a lot better talking like this.
It definitely is.
You know what I mean?
I was putting us on the map, too, brother.
Oh, really?
D-Block, bro, they got a rec yard. None of the other blocks got a rec yard, but D-Block's got like a little-ass rec yard. Like, probably the size of this room, actually. A little rec yard, and yeah, probably dead ass about the size of this room. But I'd go out there, and like I said, like you see people on TikTok and stuff from prison and jail freestyle and stuff, like Melly when he was drumming on the door, bro. Real life like that, bro. I had this homie I met from Scottsboro, bro. Shout out 300, bro. Shout out 300. He's the when he gets out, he's gonna link up with us for music shit.
Oh, for real?
Because he messed with me, bro. Because you know how I am about freestyling in front of new people.
Yeah.
When I'm sober. So I was sober in jail, so I'd be nervous, but they talked me into it one night. And me and him was going off because he is crazy. I'm telling you, besides like the homies, he is the most talented person I've ever met. He almost blew up. Do you know, I forgot what they're called. It's a record label in Huntsville. He's from Scottsboro, but it's a record label in Huntsville that put T.I. on back in the day.
Bro, I didn't even know that Huntsville had labels like that.
It's a bigger, like not mainstream, but it's like they're pretty big. Like they put T.I. on the map before T.I. blew up, bro. He was working with them. I think it was like Paul Wall and like 2 other big ass artists that he was working with. Like he was finna link up with him and get signed by him, and then he went to prison.
Damn.
And has been locked up ever since. He's supposed to get out soon and link up with us though.
Oh, hell yeah.
But he's gonna pull up to G-Ville, shoot videos. He is so talented, bro. Like I wish I would have got him to spit for you on the. He memorizes all of his songs. Oh, and the block loved listening to him, bro. He'd have the whole block walk around singing his songs. He's got this one called Murder, bro, and it's so fire, bro. It's so fire, bro. Like, he does singing hooks and then, like, rapping verses. But his singing hooks is like that, like, soulful, like, kind of, like, he's got that real, like, you know when you go to, like, a hood church, bro? Like that, like that raspy, like, singing, like, voice, like the voice itself, like that deep, like, yeah, bro, he sing like that, bro, but rap, like, singing.
Like that Friday type shit.
It's hard as fuck. Like, I'm talking, like, he's got this one song, bro, like the one Murder, he's like, it's murder in these streets, like, but when he hits it, bro, he be like murder, you know what I'm saying? Like that type of, like, so he put his soul into it, bro. He's got songs about like, he raps like real stuff where it's like hard, like street shit, but it's like relatable, bro. You know what I'm saying? He's so hard. But we'd be out there drumming, and one day he was just messing around. He's like, hey, bro, there's this 3rd verse on this one song I got called Beast Move. And he's like, I kind of want you to get on it, bro, because I like how you was freestyling the other day. and I came up with I freestyled a little verse and I memorized it and stuff. And he came back there and we had hella people on the rec yard and he spit his part and then drummed on the door for me because I don't know why, but I can't rap and drum like,
Yeah.
I'm not coordinated like that. But bro could he from prison and he used to rap for people in prison, so he's with it, bro. He'll be sweating, he's rapping so hard, he needs to be somewhere in life, bro. But he drummed on the door and I'm rapping with him, bro. I had everybody turned. They were like, God, bro, they were like, we did not know a white boy could rap like that, bro.
Yeah.
I remember my verse too. It was crazy, bro. Cause his flow, he said something. He's like, I'm in beast mode. Pick and roll. Strap down. 300 all ball. Got a pound of something, bro. And it's so fire. And I came in, I was like, I'm in beast mode. Balling something like a free throw. Got more money than CeeLo. My gang members like Green Grove. Hit him out. How the heat glow. Something, up, down, left, right, AB, hit his ass with a cheat code, and then just kept going, and it had him so turned. But I used to rap. I would tell people about our music. Like I said, I got his information, his mama number and stuff. I'm gonna hit her up so she can let me know when he get out. Yeah, bro. And
hey man, some of us got it like that, man. Some white boys can spit some rhythms together. Bro. You know what I mean?
I was really trying my best to put us on for real. I was telling people about our stuff, what we've done and shit. Telling them, spitting for them too, freestyling for people.
Yeah.
I got a stack of papers this big in isolation because there wasn't nothing to do because it's not a block. Of me just writing lyrics, bro. Like that Bloodstains freestyle.
Oh yeah. I recorded a freestyle for him over the jail phone.
Yeah, that's out on all plats.
Yeah, that shit was hard too. I like the way it sounded too, because it really didn't sound all that bad. It just sounds like
you can tell it's over
the phone.
But it was hard, bro. But yeah, it was pretty lit, bro. Like I said, it's jail, it's hard, but it was fun too. Not in I'd be fine with being there or go back, but we made the most out of it, especially after getting the D block.
Yeah.
Isolation was kind of boring and just seeing crazy shit all the time. Upstairs was upstairs.
Sounds like it was funny as fuck though.
Yeah, but it really was, bro. It was
Puerto Rican dude.
I couldn't believe it. Me and my homies would look at each other, bro, and be like, only in Marshall County.
I mean, bro, it'd be funny, but real shit, I feel like it would get tiring though. It
was. Why do you think at first when I'd call you in isolation, I'd be like, bro, do you hear this? And then it progressively got bro, I'm finna crash out. I'm like, if I hear one more scream or something, bro, or see something crazy, I'm finna crash out. I know I told you that word for word multiple times. But, yeah, it was turned, bro. And then when I was getting booked out, the guard pranked me, bro. Had me so scared. He was like, right as I got done signing my papers and changing back into normal clothes, and literally all they had to do was take me up the elevator and walk me out the front door. He was like, yeah. He's like, sorry to admit it to you, worker pitch. He was like, but DeKalb County's waiting upstairs. You got a warrant. Which would have meant that I would have had to go up there and get taken to DeKalb and put back in a different jail. And I was like, bro, don't even play with my feelings right now, bro. I was like, don't even play with my feelings right now. And then he was like, he laughed, didn't say nothing about it. And then when he went to go take me up the elevator 5-10 minutes later, he was like, yeah, but in all seriousness though, DeKalb County's waiting upstairs. And I was like, bro, don't play with me. And then the elevator opened and nobody was there. And I was like, thank God, bro. Thank God.
That wouldn't even make sense though, because DeKalb County,
you ain't even
did nothing in DeKalb.
But it scared me because my mom lives in DeKalb County, so it had some kind of correlation to me. So I was like, oh no.
Imagine they pulled out some shit you did in Crossville. Is Crossville even in DeKalb?
Yeah, from 15 years old.
Yeah, 5 years ago.
Yeah, it was crazy, bro. It was fun, but it was definitely wild.
I miss being that age though. I don't miss how stupid I was, but I just remember me and him doing some dumb shit. We'd be we was trying to hide the weed and shit, and we made a bong out of a 2-liter or some shit. A GB out of 2 liters.
Yeah, it wasn't even a GB. It was a gas mask. It was a redneck gas mask, bro. We took a 2 liter and we cut a hole into it to fit right here, and then with a GB top in it. So you just pull a GB, but then you hold it on your face and hit it like a gas mask, bro.
I remember we was trying to get home to hide the weed before my mom got back, because we all went to a football game. And we left the weed bag sitting. I mean, it wasn't much. We was broke as fuck back then, so it was a $2 grand bag.
I left it on your kitchen counter.
Yeah, but he left it on the kitchen counter, And we got home, and my mom had already got home.
And we didn't know.
And she said
she seen a fat sack just sitting on the kitchen counter.
She was just like, so, who's this?
I was
and
like,
Cupid was like, yeah, it's mine. She's like, oh,
and then remember when she was like, yeah, she was like, I'm gonna move your car because my car was in the way. She was like, can I just move it for you? And I was like, yeah. I gave her my keys.
His
and
car's
she came
so
back
loud,
like,
dude.
she came back, bro, like, not tweaking, but she was like, I'm never getting in your car again. Because, like, it smelled so loud in there from me hotboxing the car, bro, that it was like, she damn near smelled like a stoner, bro.
Man, shit. I remember when I first, oh my God.
God damn,
it's good.
Damn,
It's weird there.
I about pissed myself.
I remember. No, give me my shit. Give me my shit. But no, I remember back when I first started smoking or like keeping weed in the crib, I would keep it in a pill bottle. You feel me? Like, I keep it in a pill bottle and stuff it in my closet. And there was a couple times that like I got a good bit and I would grind it up and put it in a pill bottle like in my room, and it would smell so fucking loud, and I never realized it. But my mom, bro, my poor mom, bro, because she better by now, but bro, she used to hate weed so much, like the smell of it, all that. She came in there and she like, what the hell are you doing? Bro, there was another time that, okay, like, I ain't gonna lie, I would put a picture up, but I'd probably get us like fucking banned off YouTube or whatever. Or sometimes they allow it now, but I'm not gonna do it. But I had a big jar. I'm talking like a big mason jar, probably like 3-4 ounces in this jar, right? So I was trying to grind up some of it, and I was at my grandma's crib, and she had already went to bed. So I was sitting there on the floor grinding all this up, like, and the homie was asleep. Like, I waited till everybody was asleep. I was sitting there grinding all this up. She come in there, bro, and I'm just sitting in the floor with this big ass jar. And she's like, so what are you doing? I'm like, I'm just, you know, I couldn't lie at that point. I'm just grinding up some stuff. And she was like, oh, okay, well, can you wait until later? She was like, it's kind of stinking up the whole crib. I thought she was going to be mad. Because she didn't even know I had it in her closet, I don't think I had told her about that. I ended up storing that shit. Anybody that know where it is, I ain't nothing there now, so don't get no funny ideas. But yeah, I used to store big ass like jars of weed in her house. It was so funny. Like, I just always go in the closet and pull that bitch out, be like, what we smoking on today?
Oh God.
Shit. But yeah, you can't even, man, it's crazy you ain't gonna be able to smoke for like 3 years.
Bro, y'all, I have been smoking, bro, since I was like 14, 15.
Yeah, you started about the same time I did.
And then started smoking every day, bro. Like, if anybody knows me, bro, I know y'all know. But if any of y'all know me, bro, like, know me, y'all know that or if you even have me on Snapchat, bro, you know that I smoke weed every day of my life, all day.
Weed every day.
Yeah, smoke weed every day. Like, I was finna go to class, but then I got high type shit. You feel me? And now I can't smoke for the next 3 years.
Hey, but it's better than feds, though.
3
better than
years.
feds. All I got to say.
Yeah, well, I mean, not smoking weed versus being in prison.
Yeah, because they like that hair, bro. They be pulling your tracks out. And
I'd be bald. They shave my shit.
Oh, really?
It's prison, twin. You get your hair.
I didn't realize they like.
You can get a hair card and a beard card eventually, where they allow you to grow your hair. And
a beard card
if you're there
crazy.
For a while, but you. Like,
Man,
when you first go in, they shave your shit off.
Imagine Thick Nick fully shaven.
You know what's scary?
Imagine me fully
shaven, bro. Like,
Marshall
I'm
County,
like him, bro.
Like 3 years ago, they used to make you like shave your hair. So I almost was scared that my dreads would. Bro, imagine I come out bald, bro.
Nah. You wouldn't be Cupid no more. You'd be John.
You'd have to save them.
You'd have to restart Cupid. You'd have to build it back up.
You'd have had to keep them.
It was already rough because I couldn't get retwists because you can't have a dreadlock needle in there. So like, imagine 6 months and no retwist.
Oh, I've seen pictures of you from the FaceTimes. It was pretty.
Yeah, the little jail visits, bro. It was wicked.
Yeah, I remember I got sent a picture one time of you with your face wrapped up from the surgery. I was like, oh no.
That wasn't having like your jaw or what side was it? This side or this side?
It was this side.
Oh, man.
I mean, they had to get, it was shitty because the food I had to eat for like a month. They had to give me soft trays. It was literally applesauce. And like for breakfast, I'd get oatmeal. mind you, they're not allowed to season stuff, so it was like
so the food was
flavorless
already
oatmeal.
shit. And
And then I downgraded. The only good thing was to make sure that I still got enough like humanly nutrition.
Yeah.
They would give me little protein shakes, which were bomb because they were actually like good store-bought protein shakes. That was the only plus. Yeah, was the protein shakes. I'd take those over the actual gel.
They had to make sure you lived.
Yeah. So what about holidays? Because I know you was in there for Thanksgiving and Christmas, and you told me a little bit about.
I got my shit broke like a couple days before Thanksgiving, so I was literally having to fit turkey because they give you special trays on holidays. So Thanksgiving, they actually gave us real turkey and stuffing and carrot cake and like a whole smack tray for dinner.
Hell yeah.
No, not hell yeah. I had to fit it through my teeth, twin. I had to rip the turkey up. Like, imagine only being able to move your jaw this much. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it would have been a hell yeah.
Like, I had to rip, like, fit it through my teeth and then had to chew with the other, like, corner of my mouth. Like grandma gum that shit.
Like, it took, bro, probably like 50 minutes just to eat one
my
piece
shit
of
wasn't
turkey.
healed by Christmas. I had the wrap off and it was healed. I could talk and, like, eat. But I was still on soft tray diets. But I would just talk to the trustees and finesse them into giving me normal food, even though I wasn't supposed to.
Oh shit!
I was eating normal food way before.
What did the trustees give you during Christmas?
Their dumbasses gave me a special tray that I couldn't eat.
Well, what was on it though? Like, what they?
It was like ham and stuffing. Pretty much the Thanksgiving tray just with ham.
Oh, okay.
Like and more Christmassy.
Did they give y'all some cranberries?
And then Publix donated.
Hey, answer my question.
What?
Did they give you some cranberry sauce?
Okay. Yeah, shit was fine, bro. And then Publix donated like these little bags that came with like a Rice Krispie treat. Fucking apples. I had my jaw broken. You're gonna give me a fucking apple, bro.
At least gave you an orange.
Hey, you sitting there trying to nibble that shit.
I ate an apple, bro. You best believe I managed to. I would.
It probably took him like 30 minutes to eat that apple.
You're in the need.
I would take it, bro, and I'd have to look. I'd have to take my top, like, this is my top teeth, bro. I'd have to, like, drag the apple to, like, peel off bites of the apple with my top teeth, like, because I couldn't bite down on the apple.
That shit for, like,
I was having, like, scrape it. The apple was, like, a 2-hour-long snack, bro.
Hell no, bro. Like, could you not cut it up? Like, you ain't had no...
Wait, what?
You got people with shanks?
Not in isolation.
Oh, true.
In the blocks in isolation.
It's a Puerto Rican guy to give you something.
I'm not letting bro touch my food, bro.
Hey, I bet you if you put it through his little glory hole,
he gonna choke it to death, bro. He gonna
he crush it with
It's gonna fucking explode.
He could have made you apple juice on God.
Oh God, he could have.
He already had applesauce, bro. I don't need to have apple.
Yeah, and he could have gave you apple juice in if you handed him a cup, he probably would have pissed in it and gave you apple juice.
Bro, what's sad too is I love pancakes, bro. Like my whole childhood, I've loved pancakes, and I'm not eating pancakes for a very long time because I've ate them every other day and I love biscuits and gravy, but I'm not eating that for.
Nah, fuck that. After this podcast, we gotta go to Waffle House.
No.
We gotta go to IHOP. You gotta get a pancake. I'm gonna force feed it to you in a tube, bud. Okay.
You ain't gotta force me, twin. I'll eat the shit, but like.
See, that's the thing about me. That's the thing about me. Like, y'all think Cupid all hard and shit. Like, he'll beat y'all ass, but see, he won't do it to me. So, like, I can force feed him shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, one time, he didn't want a burger, and we was in the Appalachian Mountains, right? And so, like, I told Hillbilly Jim, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna have to bird feed him. So I just chewed it up real good. Like, I was hot to him before she even tugged. With Cupid. Cupid is crazy.
Hell no.
But no, obviously that was not true. But anyway, some shit that is true, though, is like, I just remember, we used to get in trouble for the dumbest shit back in school. Like, I remember there was one time me and you both got a paddling, so we was telling dirty jokes at the lunch table. And this kid, I ain't gonna say who it was, but I remember he told on us, because there was a bunch of girls sitting at the table, and he's like, they're telling dirty jokes for girls. They were all laughing. I'm like, what the hell?
Bro, I used to be a menace in elementary school. Me and you know who was swapping girls back and forth.
Oh my God.
I had two best friends that dated me at the same time and both were okay with it in the 3rd grade.
They were cool with it. They were just chill.
They both came up and asked me out together. And I was like,
what the hell?
Both of y'all? I can have both of y'all? And in my little 3rd grade mind, I'm like, I'm a fucking pimp 2 girlfriends? What? Like, you know what I'm
What?
saying? In 3rd grade, I'm like, 2 bitches? What? So I'm like,
bad bitches,
hell yeah,
what?
you can date me at the same time. And then that turned to an issue.
Man,
And then me and one homie used to juggle them bitches. But it was 3rd grade, bro. So like, what are you really gonna do? It's just a flex at the point.
You remember that song we made called Gorilla?
I don't want to talk about that. My little shitty Amazon mic, and I was listening to a whole bunch of just Sia and shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, bro, we should make a screamo like rap song, bro, like an angry ass song.
It was so ass.
For the hell of it, bro, and it was so bad.
I had this one real like country ass homie. Like, shout out to him, he cool, but he'd always fuck with me about rapping because he like literally had cows and shit. Like, he found it so funny. So like, when he found out like I deleted that song, he's like, "You gotta send me the file." I'm like, "Bruh, if I get 100,000 monthly on Spotify, then I'll send you the file." And he was like, "Nah, bro, send it to me now." I was like, "No,
No, you don't want to wait till you start blowing up and then send it to him.
no." He wouldn't leak it. He just wanted it to show people. Like,
I'm about to say, bro, because then we're screwed.
Because dude, that shit was so funny because me and you was like. You could tell how young we was in that song for 1, and 2, we was screaming. Like, we've screamed or
and we
got
had crappy
loud.
mics back
Yeah,
then.
we got loud in other songs, but like, oh my god, we was doing some real like,
yeah, like
Oh
old
my God.
X type screaming, bro.
Mm-hmm.
It was wicked. We've made a lot of decisions with early songs.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. A lot of our earliest work, bro, I scrubbed that shit. Y'all
Shout out
can't
to
find
anybody
it
who knows
nowhere.
Reunion, bro.
Hell
Remembers
no. Did
Reunion,
you
bro.
ever listen to any of them
Yeah.
shit? You did.
I know you were around that time, bro.
I don't think
knew
I
you
even
knew.
told you this. I got a crazy story about that album. So, 10th grade English class, because we dropped that shit when we was in 10th grade. 10th grade English class, I walked in the room one day. I went to take a shit or something, bro. I walked back in the room. My teacher has got Reunion pulled up on the projector.
For the class?
Yes. And he playing it, bro. And of course, back then our shit was pretty ass. So everybody's like clowning. But I'm just like, what the fuck? Because I walked in there.
I took a video, bro.
Like, I can hear it from down the hallway, dude. Like, they're already playing it. And I walk in there. And everybody's just looking at me. And I'm like, oh my God, bro.
I'd have been like, who the fuck is this? Their shit's ass. Just blend
Bro, like, I
I'm
kind of
just
wish
playing.
I would have been goofy as I was now back then.
Me and you would
Like,
have, bro. We'd have been like, turn that
See,
shit
yeah.
off.
See, that's the thing that's so fucked up. Is me and him been homies like basically our whole lives, but we only went to school together when we was jits, and then
I went to
like,
Brewer for like a week.
and then when once we got to high school, we only went to high school together for like 1 week. But
I was turning Brewer up,
Bro.
I had like 50 people in the bathrooms during passing period. Every passing period, freestyling. We'd have Bluetooth speakers. We'd hotbox the bathroom. I remember the cool teacher. I'm not outing nobody, but his last name starts with a B.
That's the same teacher that pulled our shit up.
Really?
Yeah. Uh huh.
He an English teacher?
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Yeah.
He walks in the bathroom, bro, and we're like, it's hotboxed. We got a Bluetooth speaker on. We're in the middle of freestyling. And he walked in, and we didn't stop smoking or freestyling because we didn't see him or hear him until we seen him walk right past us and just go take a piss. He didn't say nothing about it.
No.
We're just sitting there like turning up, and he just went, took his piss, and walked out.
Mm-hmm. He's cool, dude. He moved to Albertville school and started a gaming team.
You told me he quit.
Yeah, but he's at Albertville doing a gaming team now. It's cool. He be taking them to tournaments.
Bro,
and
he
shit.
walked in the
chill.
bathroom. He said, "I ain't see shit, boy."
Yeah, he didn't see
Yeah, I
nothing.
never walked in this bathroom. I just had to go.
And it all started because I walked in the bathroom one day in the downstairs, and I heard 2 kids in the stall freestyling.
Yeah.
And I just came up and was like, yo, I make music. And then we
Yeah,
freestyled, and then we just turned it into a thing, have 30, 40, 50 people in the bathroom.
Bro, there's one story though I got from the 1 week. It's funny, I got a story from the one. Imagine if we would have went to high school like the whole 4 years.
Bro, it would have
together.
been so
crazy.
Are you finna talk about when I accidentally
Yeah,
skipped
so
class?
listen.
Oh my
listen,
God,
listen.
bro.
So what happened was, like, he had a sub in this same teacher from the last couple things we were talking about. He had a sub in there that day.
And I'd only been to school for a week,
Yeah.
bro. I didn't know what the hell. I
Yeah.
walk in class and there's nobody there, no teacher, no kids.
So like, he thought that he could just go to a different class and chill because there was other
That's what
kids.
somebody told me.
Like, yeah, because there was other kids, and I can vouch for this because I did it. There was other kids that did. Like, sometimes you could go to other teachers' classrooms if you didn't have no work to do or nothing. So he was told the sub didn't have no work for him, and he could like go chill somewhere. So I see him in the hallway and I'm like, yo, what's good, twin? And I was finna go in my electronics class. Just so happens we had a sub that day too. So he comes in there with me and sits down like it's normal. And we're just chopping it up, laughing.
The sub literally like thought I was part of the class.
No, so I remember exactly what happened with that. She came up, she was doing the roll, and she got done and she said, wait, so who are you? And I was like, oh, this is my homie. I was like, he has yada yada.
They said he could come in here.
Yeah, and she was like, well, he's not on the roll, but she ended up going with it though. She was like, all right, I guess.
And then it turns out that some of the kids that weren't like getting away with going to other classes had like they were all in the library or something, remember?
Yeah.
So then I got snitched on, like it got found out that I wasn't where I was supposed to be.
But keep in mind, he was in that bitch with me for probably like at
30
least
minutes,
30,
bro.
40 minutes.
I remember we were sitting there listening to unreleased songs.
Yeah.
We were sitting, I was doing everything but work, bro. Like I was doing everything but work. We were sitting there being super loud, cracking jokes. I was talking to random kids in your class that I've never talked to.
And then so I see the principal walk up to the door and I'm like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
And they said, John? I'm like, oh no. So they pulled him out in the hallway.
Bro, I was beefing with the damn principal, bro. He's like, oh, like yelling at me, bro. Full blown yelling, like accusing me of like trying to do it on purpose. And I'm like, bro, there's no teacher in there. I've literally been here for a week. I didn't know what to do. And other people were telling me you could go to other classes. So I went to his class. And he was like, no. He's like, you're skipping class. And I'm like, bro, I'm beefing with bro. And then finally the other principal had to step in because he was doing too much. And I was not giving in. Because if you know me, you know I don't give up just because you got authority.
I didn't even, so me and him hadn't talked for, let's see, or wait, hold on, when was it? Or maybe we had, either way, we had, no. Yeah, freshman year. You came there for like 1 week, like freshman year, and me and you hadn't talked in a little bit because we just didn't have each other's number and shit. Like, I had talked to you through your mom, like, had you call me on her phone, but we hadn't been as close there for a little bit. Yeah, you didn't have a phone at that time.
I was on probation.
But so, or no, that was after. This is like freshman year or before.
But I still wasn't allowed to have a...
But either way,
no, freshman year was probation. I got kicked out of ARAB freshman year for the shit that I was on probation for. Remember? I was 14. And then I went to Brewer after I was on probation while at Brewer.
Oh, it's because you were still on probation when we started linking up to do music and shit.
Yeah.
So basically what happened was, I didn't even know this motherfucker was coming back, right? Or coming to Brewer. So... like, people were telling me rumors. They're like, yo, you know your old homie, John? Like, the one you used to always be with? That, like, he come in the Brewer. I was like, no way.
And then we just seen each other one day.
But no, it's funny because you didn't even know I was, like, there watching. But you came in the little hallway because there was a freshman hall where all our classes were at that year. And you came in the entrance and actually another rapper, Brownie, fucking Brown and Zane, which both pretty cool
I was
dudes.
beefing with them, bro.
They pretty cool, but like they didn't know him and he didn't know that, and they was just goofing with him. But he was real hot headed, still is. But back then it was way worse.
I was a crash out,
and
bro.
so like they was fucking with him, calling him Beavis and Butthead, which I ain't gonna lie. Back then you kind of did look like that, but
it was just the hairstyle.
Yeah,
and I was 1v2 in this shit. I was yelling at him.
Like, come over here, bitch.
I was like, come say it to my face, bitch.
Yeah, but so I seen that.
Layla was over there like, John chill. And I'm like, no, fuck that. I'm like, come get the smoke. Like,
so I oversee that
I've been there for 2 days, bro. Like 3 days.
I oversee that shit. And later in the day, like, I didn't say nothing to him then because he was heated. And I'm like, I don't even know if he don't like even want to talk to me right now. So I see you at the end of the day walking out of school, right? And I came up behind you and I was like, hey, motherfucker. I was like, you done gotten tall as shit, huh? And then we just started talking. Yeah,
we got hype as hell.
Which we had already, I think, been...
Yeah, because I used to sneak on my Chromebook, my school computer, and text you from Messenger and shit.
Oh, God.
Because that's how we came up with OCD and all that, was on the school Chromebook.
Yeah, those were the
on
struggle days back when you was fucking texting me on a laptop. That's crazy. Like,
yeah. And had to bring an MP3 player to school to listen
so, Nick, you got any questions for Cupid? We kind of been leaving you out, I feel like.
Yeah, I thought that a second ago. I was like, damn, Twin been quiet.
Hey, there's a lot to...
I mean, I feel like most of the stuff I was going to ask, like, is mostly all the jail stuff and... I feel like you mostly answered all the stuff.
You got any questions for us about like growing up and shit? Like,
what school did you go to after you left Brewer?
Bro, I've been to every school down here. I went to Union Hill in elementary.
That's where it all started.
And then I went to Arab Junior High and got kicked out of Arab in 9th grade. Then I was like homeschooled for like a year or a half a year. Then I went to Brewer for a dead ass week or two. Left Brewer, and then I went to
Crossville again, right?
Crossville for like, bro, swear.
So you jumped from like
yeah,
way different
I
places.
went to Crossville for like less than a month. Moved out of my mom's crib when I was 16, and then just stopped going to school, period. And then when I moved up to Reno, I went to a school and graduated from there. So I've been like everywhere, bro, known to mankind.
Mm-hmm.
So where'd you graduate from?
It's called Fernley. It's like it's a place like 30 minutes out. So before I moved to Reno itself, for the first like half a year to a year I was out there. I'd probably say a year. I was living in Fernley for the first year. And then moved out of my dad's house at like late 17, early 18.
Yeah.
And then moved to like Reno. And then that's where all the other stuff. Because Fernley's like a small ass town, like 30 minutes outside of Reno, like a little desert like town. Everybody thinks they're gangster, but there's nothing going on. It's the straight suburbs, bro. And then moved out to Reno, and it's like, he knows.
Yeah.
It's the fucking,
dude,
like,
before
trenches, bro.
Yeah, when we was in Reno, or you was out there obviously for a long time, but I took a little trip out there one time to see him.
Yeah.
And bro,
He came and stayed with me in my hood, bro.
there was a crackhead outside, and we was out there shooting a music
There's
video.
like 100 crackheads
So
outside.
okay, there's a funny story to this, because I flew in at like I think 8-9 o'clock, so it was already nighttime when I flew into the city, and he picked me up from the airport and shit, and we got with it.
We went and made music.
We recorded a song and then shot the video the same night called "Stepping in Nevada." Yeah,
and Snap on the Beat.
Oh, and no.
We did the video to that one.
Yeah, but we did that a couple nights later. But basically, what we did though, we was out there at 3 a.m. right, like on the side of your building recording.
Yeah, bro. In my hood, bro. 3 in the morning.
There was this crackhead out there, right? And we was sitting there fucking with him, talking to him, because we'd say one thing to him and he'd like say something completely different. Like he was just throwing shit out there.
I loved messing with the crackhead.
And so we get done talking to bro, and he's like kind of just pacing for a minute, and then he walks across the street. Mind you, we're sitting there about to start filming again, and I said, yo, hold up. Because I see this motherfucker spark up his crack pipe. Like, all I see is the fucking light come on of the lighter across the street. He's in a dark alleyway beside some storage containers, just sparking a crack pipe. I'm like, man, bro, if this ain't Reno, I don't know what the hell.
Bro, because I live like, Reno's like a circle. Imagine a circle with a bunch of smaller circles, and it gets smaller towards the center.
Oh, shit.
So, like, the more on the outside you are is, like, $1 million homes, gated communities. And then, you know, you go in a little bit, and it's still suburban and stuff. And then you go towards the middle, and it gets kind of ghetto. And then you go to the middle, downtown. And, like, pretty much the closer towards the middle you get, the, like, trenchier it gets, bro. And the more ghetto it gets.
Treacherous.
And I lived the dead center, like, imagine a dartboard. I lived on the bullseye of Reno, bro. Like, downtown 6th and 4th Street, right in the downtown, like, mini Vegas strip, like, bro, like,
it's dope as fuck out there though. Don't get it
in
twisted.
The trenchiest trench of downtown.
Like, there's 2 casinos, or a casino like across the street called
the Circus and the El Dorado.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful. Like, the strip's beautiful, but then you walk like 2 streets down from the strip to where I live at, bro, and it's like nothing but crackheads outside.
See, it was
prostitutes,
cool,
like gang members, like, it's crazy.
Because, I mean, it wasn't really that active when I was there, but, like, I remember just, it was a cool vibe, though, because people was outside.
If you would have came out there, like, August, when they have the car shows, or, like, during, like, Reno holidays, it would have been crazy active, bro.
I was going to ask you, too, what made you want to start making music? You can both give an answer to it if you want.
Yeah, let's both answer. Personally, bro.
But also, what made you both want to start making music together?
Ooh, okay. That's a good question.
Yeah. So me personally, what started on my own, and it's crazy because, like, we started separately because there was like a time period for a couple years where we didn't talk at all. We started separately and then came together with it because we were like both simultaneously doing it. I started because I had always loved music.
Yeah.
Like, I had been through a lot in my whole life since birth, for real.
Yeah.
And music's the only thing that's, like, ever been there for me. So I just love music. I used to have, like, notebooks I would just write shitty lyrics in. Like, like shitty shit, just writing lyrics. And I was like, I want to do this one day. I just don't know, like... And then one day, me and a homie are sitting at his auntie's crib, and we have, like, a Chromebook, and we had already freestyled a bunch together. But we're like, you want to make a song? Out of nowhere, we're like, you want to make a song? And we had a Turtle Beach headset and a, like, school Chromebook with this website. Yeah, Bad Vibes for real. We had a school Chromebook. And this was before BandLab was popular. It was a thing, but it was before anybody knew what the hell BandLab was. So it was this website called Soundtrap where you couldn't mix your vocals. You could just add a beat and record plain-ass vocals. So we recorded songs like that. And then after I realized, like, oh, I can do that, I had a Turtle headset at home and a Chromebook. So I would just go to my walk-in closet, because I had, like, a small-ass walk-in closet with a cardboard box in there. I'd use the cardboard box as a table, and I would just, like, record songs, like just, and it was like 2016 era, so I was making like Lil Pump style, just like turn music that was super terrible.
It was like 2019, but it was
still in that era, like,
though,
is what I'm saying, of music. Like 2016, 17 is just the year I used to describe that era of music.
I feel you.
From like 2016 to 2019 ish is when that era was around. But I was making shit like that, and then finally started up. But like after we made that first song, I was just like, yo, like I've always wrote lyrics, but I was like, I can do this for real. And then it just kind of progressed. I just started recording all the time. Like, it was literally bullshit songs about nothing, bro. Like Gunning. Yeah. And that one song that was literally like, post it up, post it with a pump. Like,
or actually, I'll say Babe, because that's got the story of how we started making shit.
Because I made a song called Babe and then got hit.
But I'll answer the question about like how or why I started. Like, basically, pretty much a similar reason to him. Just, I love music. And it's like I said, because I think Emily asked me about, but I already kind of told y'all about like how I started, but I guess more of why I started, like deeper reason, is just because I, like I said, been writing music since I was like 5 years old. Always loved music, like just every genre really. At some point I've had a fandom for. It's been hip hop for the longest period of time, but like I used to fuck with rock. I used to fuck with a little bit of country. I used to fuck with like alternative type music. So I just really wanted to start getting into music, and rapping was just what I chose to do because it's just, I've always loved rap. Like, I love how shit flows together. I love beats, like just selecting beats. Like, it's just fun, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, I mean, it's entertainment. It's just something that's just something you can always do. Like, you always experience new things in life, you know what I'm saying? So like, you always got something new to talk about it. So I just enjoy creating, I guess, you know. And
you just enjoy putting your ideas
in
words.
Like I wanted to express myself in a different way, and like this, I guess, put myself out there with people, like kind of just speak on shit that I was feeling. So I mean, that's kind of just what I still do, man. Like, I just started making shit for fun, and then I slowly got more serious with it.
Like, bro, like 2020, bro, the coronavirus came out, and I forgot how I found it. I think I had a trap phone with Snapchat, and I seen it on your story or something. But him and a homie had made a coronavirus diss track, bro. You probably remember that. The coronavirus diss track, and I seen it, and I think, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but because I'd already been making music for like a couple years, like a year or two. So when I seen that, even though it was just a joke song, like, I think I hit him up, and I was like, bro, look, I've been doing this for a minute. I was like, and I wasn't nowhere with it, like, not nearly all the stuff I've done now.
This was getting like 5 views on SoundCloud. Like,
yeah,
it was really
like 25
days,
views
you know?
was like good for me type shit.
Yeah.
And I hit him up, and I was like, bro, you can do this for real. I was like, you just recorded a song, bro. I was like, because me and you had already talked about loving music, and you had already talked to me about me making music.
We joked about being rappers on the school bus in 3rd grade.
In like 3rd grade.
Like,
So I told you, I was like, bro, we talked about it and was like, yeah, we used to, you know what I'm saying? And like, you can do it. I've been recording, and you just recorded something. It's a joke song about the coronavirus.
It's a joke song, but it's a song.
It's a song. You recorded something.
You made something.
Which means you can do it. You feel me? So I was like, yeah. And then he was pretty much just with it, bro.
And he told me to hop on this one song he had that he had already released, but he wanted to make a remix. So I did that. And then basically after I did that, dog, like we just started making all kinds of shit. Like he was coming to the crib, but that was back when he was on probation. So like he had to come to the crib, record, and then be back home by 8.
Yeah.
He lived almost an hour away.
So we was literally grinding, bro.
So
We'd have to like pump out songs. Or we'd be on call with my little shitty Amazon mic that I finally upgraded to, and we'd be making songs.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. When he had that old setup in the closet, in damn near every song, I used to have to tell him to turn his fan off.
Technical difficulty.
I mean, so yeah, I don't know what the hell we was on about with the camera cut, but we definitely don't have to bring him back on for part 2 because we didn't even like really we touched on a lot, but there's a lot more. But I don't really like the podcast to go over an hour and a half, so we'll have to definitely bring him on for part 2. But I hope y'all enjoyed the podcast for real. I think this has been a great one.
Oh, hell yeah.
A lot of just all over the board crazy stories, crazy times, man. Yeah. But I appreciate you popping out, brother. Hope you had a good time on the show.
I appreciate y'all for having me, bro. I've been wanting to come out.
You got any closing statements?
Yeah.
Closing statements, shout outs, anything you want to say?
One, I know I'll be, not anymore, I'm kind of retired, but I know I've been in the streets since like 14, bro. But to all y'all watching, bro, I'm trying to change my life now because I done seen a lot and been through a lot that most people shouldn't, bro. And I realized a lot being on the internet, especially since being out of jail. And I realized there's so many people, bro, that be like, it's literally like almost a trend. Like there's so many trends that are just like, it's like everybody now younger than us, like in between the age of like just turning double digits and our age now, that just want to be like,
yeah, they want violence.
Yeah, they want like they're not even like dragged into it, or that's not even their environment. Like they seek it out, bro. Like for all y'all watching, bro, the streets is not cool, bro. Getting locked up's not cool. Having to miss your homies because they're locked up's not cool. Having to answer prison and jail calls is not cool.
It is not.
People dying, mamas crying is not cool. I know I rap about it and stuff. It's because of, you know what I'm saying, stuff I've been through. But
y'all gotta understand too, man. Music is music. Entertainment's entertainment. A lot of these, like, it's real shit, you feel me? But a lot of these rappers that y'all listening to, us included, a lot of things we rapping about ain't how we currently living. You know, sometimes it be, but sometimes we just, you know, rapping about how we feeling or maybe get energy out so we ain't putting it into the world.
And, like, even then, bro, so, like, a lot of the stuff, you've done pretty good at being responsible, but most of the stuff is stuff I've done, but not pushing it just because I still rap about it. Because, like I said, trying to change, you know what I'm saying? So that, all I'm trying to say without taking too long, bro, is
stay good people and stay around good people.
Stay good, bro. Positivity is way, way better. Like, it's, you know what's cool, bro? What's cool is being positive, bro, and being surrounded by love and pushing love.
Being a good person. Being good to your people, man.
And I appreciate you, boy, for having me here. I'm going to definitely come back for part 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Fuck 12. 10, 11, 13 of these podcasts. But, yeah, peace and positivity we push in 2025.
Yeah, man. Always.
Stream our music. Subscribe to the podcast. Like the podcast. Comment on the podcast. Show support to the podcast.
Hit that Google form.
Show support to bro. I don't know about the Google form, but hit the Google form. Hit the everything.
Yeah, be asking questions or getting people send us questions.
Yeah, definitely hit the Google form then. Yup. Hit everything. And I love y'all. Push peace.
Yeah, man.
Big O's.
Be good people.
Be good people.
If you're doing something, try to be good at it, man.
Yes, sir.
And we'll see y'all next week. All love, man.